chat up, though.
You did it, Penny. Penny, you did it.
I wish I didn't.
Well, then don't.
That's too late. Stream's on.
You can just close it now.
Nah.
Yeah.
But Sam, people are coming for this is the only stream where I talk about Skullgirls.
Try. You didn't talk about it during Get Great. You didn't talk about it during
I talk about it during Get Great. I just don't
No,
ever
you
do
don't.
Get Great.
No,
Get
you
Great?
don't.
Yep, that one.
What did you say?
I don't know what I said.
Mm.
It wasn't what I meant to say.
Let me tell you something, Jenny. The stream's not on yet.
Is it not?
Because it takes a minute. So
Oh.
it does.
Because we had stream key issues last time, so.
Yeah.
Why my select button not work?
I think the game's fine. Yeah, the stream looks fine, so it does.
Good, because we messed with bitrate settings before, so. That stuff transfers to this one, too.
You what, sorry?
We messed with bitrate settings last time we streamed.
Yeah, when you were streaming checking earlier. I think we're both fine, so we do.
We better. But we're just gonna chill out for a second while people join.
I'm just throughout the stream, like you might see me muted, it's just because there's TV in the background, you know.
Yeah. Whoa, that's really close. Oh, this could be kind of gross, actually. Wait a minute. I'm inventing.
You need to get like the right amount of hits to like give it the delay.
I need to like stall her a bit more. I can't go straight into the thing.
Why don't you just try to like delaying your buttons rather than adding something to it?
Because I don't know this character. I don't know what kind of. I have to.
You don't know how much delay you can get away with.
I can't even do the inputs consistently.
Looks like that was something.
Okay, so that doesn't work. I need to do an air dash somewhere. I think that's too long.
Yeah. The claw into the kick. I think you just have to do the claw.
But that won't bring her downwards to the tier.
You know, there's a point there where you just hit her with the claw and it did bring her down.
Nah, it didn't. That don't work. That's really close, though. That's really close. Hold on, I'm gonna turn on the
For what?
blocking.
Nope.
That's like the best confirmed she has too, off that stand hard punch. So if this works.
Need to be good, Penny. Oh.
It's kind of too slow. Is there a way to speed that up? Because I think that's reactable, technically.
Nah.
I mean, it's a left-right, but it's not great.
Nah. Yeah, but like, who's gonna do that?
Everybody that's watching.
That's fair.
All 3 of them.
7 actually. There's 7 people watching.
They're way too high. I need them lower.
Jump grab.
I mean, that is a thing you could do here. Kind of. If I was good. Whoa! That was not on purpose.
Oh, but that looks like it's good, actually. If you can
Yeah,
get
that looked...
that looked really good, actually, for a mix-up. But I don't know what you get off it afterwards.
Ideally...
I don't know if like you've got time to keep going off of it.
Too high on that. That would be safe too, because I'm blocking.
And they can't mash super or anything because they're in the air.
Well, they can if they have an air super.
Yeah, well, it does.
Which is usually where people mash.
Parasol specific. Well, you see, this only works on Parasol too.
It better not. It should work on the... I mean, I guess I should do it on lights, just because this is kind of a timing thing.
Filling a light?
Yeah. She's small.
Is Parasol heavy or medium?
She's a medium.
Okay. I thought Philia would be a medium just because she's like the default character. She's like the main character. Usually those are always mediums.
Yeah, she's tiny. That's really close. Anyway, we're gonna do the stream in a second. We're just kind of chilling out while people trickle in and we make sure the settings are good and stuff. And I'm busy.
Busy. I think the settings are fine, honestly.
Yeah, but I need an excuse to keep doing this.
That's fair. I think I'm a little too quiet. I got quieter all of a sudden. I don't know.
Did you stop talking this loud?
Maybe. I don't know. Did I?
I don't know, did you?
I don't know. Now I'm louder again. I don't know. I think I'm fine here. I think it might have been my mic was slightly off or something.
Alright. There's been a lot of people asking questions like, how do you find new tech? This is what you do. I jumped into the game like, hey, this team looks kind of fun, because you just call the shot and then you run at them, and what do they do about it? And then I did a combo and it was close to the tier, and that's all we've done now.
Are you talking to me there? Or
I'm talking to the stream!
are there people talking in the chat?
No.
Okay. Alright.
But it's a question we get a lot.
Okay. Well, if I like ID Lab.
How do you make tech?
No.
Because it's easy to copy tech, it's a lot harder to actually create it. But I'm sure this is a thing someone came up with.
Oh yeah.
But mine's cooler. Even
Nah.
though it's probably the same.
Still cooler.
I don't know this character. I don't know how to get her on the tier. That's what you do in the headless version. When you side switch. But it takes too long. Alright, I'll mess with that later. That has potential though.
It's time, Penny. Let me give you your first question. I don't know where we're starting from.
Well, there's one post. From
There's
like,
one post?
Yeah, it's just the most recent post.
Oh, okay. Alright, so. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
How do you throw break when you're also anticipating high and low mix-ups? You know? Okay. Alright, next question.
I talked about this a little bit during B Great, but I'm gonna actually talk about it here. It's crazy. It's nuts.
And you can only throw break when standing and block low while crouching? Question mark.
Is that what the question says?
Yeah, that's what the rest of the question
You
is.
can only throw break when standing... Yeah, okay, so I kind of know what they mean, but there's a way to cheat it. This is why I think ground throws are terrible. I don't think they're very good at all. And if you use them, you're bad.
I'll be honest.
Uh-huh.
Today's a bit of a dead stream, isn't it?
This isn't always.
Not this bad, usually. Usually there's like at least one person that says something at this point.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna have the cat stop crouching. Don't know why she's crouching. We're gonna have the cat stop crouching. And we're gonna record her doing an overhead. And then recording number 2.
Can you air throw someone who is on the ground? No.
No, they have to be in the air.
Yeah, both people have to be in the air. There we go. Now we're getting questions from the chat. These are the real questions. Can you throw all the time?
If you really believe. Okay, so here's the thing, right? She's going between overhead and grab right now. Which I know wasn't the question, but this does show kind of what I'm showing. And why grab techs suck. Because you don't ever have to think about grab techs. You just don't think it shouldn't. Don't worry about it. If you think they're gonna grab, you block, you up back. Because up back will beat both. This is... Look, didn't get grabbed, didn't get grabbed, didn't get grabbed. Block the overhead. I'm doing the same thing. If you try to tech the grab here, and they don't go for the grab, you get heavy counter hit. It's not great for you. So you just jump, and not only do you beat the grab, you also get to punish them for going for it. You know, when she actually does it. When she actually does it. You can actually punish her for trying to do it. If you're nice. So just don't tech him. It's not worth it. Don't even tech him. Just up back. The defensive blocking option should be up back or down back. They really shouldn't be normal back. I mean, I guess if they're trying to catch you with air throw, but you can tech that on reaction technically, so that shouldn't be a thing that works. Yeah, I mean, I would never really just hold back in this game. That's the answer to that. Don't do it.
Even up forward has some there.
Oh yeah, up forward and neutral jump are also really good defensive things. Just don't do them too much, because I've definitely told people that they're good, and then that's all they do, and it's really easy to hit them.
Yeah, because they're not actually blocking.
Yeah. Unless you're Robo, then up forward, because up forward jump medium punch hits everyone in the game. It's unblockable.
Up forward's good just because it stops throws and I think lows. Doesn't it stop lows because
Yeah.
you're not fit into the block?
You're not pre-blocking. So
Yeah.
you'll just jump over that dang old low, and depending on your
overhead-
character, if you have something like Spiral Flare, you know, you just get a thing.
But overheads and mids tend to hit.
Yeah, it depends on the kind of character. Like, it's really good against double, because double wants to go for low throws, and up forward beats both of those. Not great against Philia, because she'll just combo you.
They're called mids in this, aren't they? Tekken's kind of ruined me with highs and mids and
Yeah.
stuff.
There's overhead, mid, and low.
Okay.
There ain't no highs in this game.
Okay, then. Next question?
Even though some people call overheads highs, and I hate that, because I learned
Yeah,
from
it's not
MK,
the-
where that's not true.
That's not the same. Like, yeah, because like it took me a while to figure out what that meant in like MK, but like now that I like know the difference, it is actually an important difference.
Yeah. It's a weird one, but... next question. Give me it, Sam. I'm thirsty. Give me
Alright.
Yum yum.
It's why you saying yum yum to being thirsty. I don't get it. All
No,
right,
I'm
anyway,
just trying to
entertain the stream.
say
I see.
words.
Is using SJ HK a good mobility option for Robo Fortune? I
Yes.
don't know what SJ is.
Super jump.
Oh, okay. Is using Super Jump Heavy Kick a good mobility option for Robo Fortune?
Not only is it good, it is actually the best.
What does it mean? So SJ means Super Jump?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if you're playing Robo, and you're just trying... Because Robo's zoning... If you ever watch high-level Robos, they're doing less time throwing lasers and more time running away. because this game is really fast and it's hard to just throw lasers. Tech and Eliza has ruined my TKs. Because you have to delay hers a lot, and if you delay them in this game, you just miss. Anyway, you're trying to run away a lot. And if you want to run away, you want to stay high up in the air for as long as you can. And if you're doing that, look how long I'm up here. I can chill up there forever. I'm just playing. I'm a pain wheel at this point. But the way to get up there is with the heavy kick, and then you kind of stall out with your jumps, heavy punch, lasers.
But why would you do that?
So just chilling.
But why?
So Robo in particular, if I'm fighting someone like Parasol with big buttons and stuff, I can't just sit here and zone. I mean, I can't against Parasol, I lied to you. But if you're fighting someone like Philga or like Eliza or something, you can't just sit here and throw lasers, because if you guess wrong, you die. They're just going to be in on you in a second if the laser whiffs. Which means that a lot of her zoning is more based on her heads, because they're a lot safer, because she has the one that tracks, the missiles tracks, the mine just sits there forever, you know? So to actually have the time to get heads, you gotta get away from them. And you just run around like an idiot. And also, people get frustrated at that, and they make mistakes really easily.
Because they just want to hit them.
Yeah, and that's another thing you see Robos do a lot. If they're... I did this all the time. I heckin' love it. Where's the thing? There it is. If you're trying to get in on a Robo, right? And I want to do something like this to get in, and I'm playing Robo, I'm just gonna dash, and I'm on the other side of the screen.
Robo's dash is really good.
Well done. Sorry about that.
All good.
I stream every week at 4 p.m. doesn't mean anything here. And it hasn't for years.
It's fine.
It's not, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. Dashes. She dash. She go fast. She go zoom. It's a really good dash. It's a really fast dash, and you just run across the screen, and they can't ever catch you. And everybody jumps in this game, so you can do that like all the time. Yeah, so that's the answer to that. Do it like all the time.
Okay, next question. I've basically been having a character crisis.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Game. Any advice for how to deal with indecisiveness and how to minimize the impact of switching characters out constantly? I'm almost certain I will at least try out Val, Annie.
Yeah, she's coming out.
I suppose. I will at least try out Val, Annie, Ban, for example. Oh, Penny will like this one. Lol.
Yeah, because this is what I do in every fighting game.
Question, like, what's a character crisis? It's like you don't know who you want to play, yeah?
Yeah, you know how I never play the same characters? And I end up learning everyone in the game because I don't know who I want to play?
Ah, I see.
It's that.
Okay.
And I do this, Sam can attest to it, I do this in literally every fighting game I play.
Every fighting game.
Literally every single one.
He knows at least the basics of, like, every character.
And I like to make the excuse it's so that I know matchups and stuff, but it's because I don't know who I want to play. Because, like, even if you find someone... What?
I was just saying that, like, you know, if you're, like, just going for characters constantly, at least you, like, know a basic of idea of what the character is, so when you play against them, it's a little bit easier to know what's going on.
It's a really big upside when it comes to learning matchups. But
in the long run, it's a big
it's also a lot more work.
Yeah.
Because some characters, like, if you learn to play this game as Parasol, you're going to play the game completely different than someone that plays like Robo or Fortune or something. Like, you're not playing the same game almost. Just because neutral's absolutely different. And that's especially true outside of Skullgirls and like Blaze Blue, or if you try to play like 9 or like Guilty Gear and you try to play like Jacko and those characters just like don't even fit the rules of their own game. Those are hard to learn. Akuma in Tekken, Geese.
Would Faust be one for Guilty Gear?
Nah, Faust still follows the rules. Like, he's strange. I'd count him as somebody that plays differently, but I wouldn't count him as breaking the rules, you know? Because a lot of characters in Guild, like Dizzy zones and stuff, and hers is really deliberate. Every time you push a button, you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Faust is not.
Yeah, Faust is crazy.
Faust, you kind of just, you throw something out and then you learn how to deal with it. So, my personal advice would be continue having a character crisis until you learn every character in the game, and lab the game for thousands of hours. And then only learn what you know in training mode and struggle when you actually fight people. That's my personal advice, because that's what I do.
And my advice is don't do that. Pick what feels the most fun and then just stick to it for a bit. And
then that's the thing, right?
Switch.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's even if you pick, like, I had a lot of fun with, and going back to Tekken because that's what we've been playing. I had a lot of fun with Huarang at the start. He was fun as heck. I still love how his combos feel. But after playing him for a long time, he's not fun. And it took a lot of time playing him to figure it out.
That's why I said if you start getting bored, change your character.
Yeah.
That's what I did with Gigas, so when I switched to Jeff, because I was getting bored
of
Gigas.
While I was playing Huarang, I was also labbing other characters, so that when I stopped playing Huarang, I could just go play something else. I didn't have to learn a new character from the ground up.
Well, we'll agree to disagree.
You kind of had that with King. Where you were like, well, I feel like I'd like King, but I also have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah. I still don't.
Did. I can fix that. King's easy.
Nah.
Alright. And you
I don't want to switch. King. I don't want to switch off top tier now. I'm playing the top tier character, Giga.
JDCR plays Armor King, so that's top tier too.
I don't own Armor King.
Karma King.
Karma King. He's just a car.
Yeah, so advice on how to deal with indecisiveness. Accept it.
Accept it. Embrace it.
Continue to be indecisive. If I was not giving advice based on my personal experiences, I'd say sit in training room for a few minutes with every character, figure out who feels good and whose buttons find fun, and then just only play them. But I can't do that, so don't do that. just play everyone.
Like, Penny can play Cerebella, but she doesn't like Cerebella at all.
I hate playing Bella, but I've made so much like Bella Parasol tech in this game. I don't play Bella. And the upside to doing that also, even like I said, it's a lot more lab work, it's a lot more work. But the upside is you can hop into a game with friends and then just be like, I feel like playing Beowulf with Diamond Drop Assist. And you can just do it.
Yeah, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what the heck they're doing. It's not the way they play the game.
You already know the characters. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Okay, it's really annoying. For example, like Tekken, to be playing against the Gigas who's kind of laughed what they're doing. When you mean Gigas, it's really annoying.
My Gigas is the greatest Gigas. I still have to show you all, Carrie.
Your Marduk is the greatest Marduk.
I'm the greatest Marduk in the world. I should stream playing Marduk. And I should be blindfolded.
You should just have the title, The Greatest Marduk in the World.
I'm gonna be blindfolded. Yeah, that's not really advice, but that's what I do.
I think that's advice for helping characters.
If you have a life, pick somebody you like.
Just try to just play for like a couple minutes with every character. Normally what you want to go for is like how I choose a character in the game is just go for looks. Like look at the characters and just immediately go, that guy looks fun, and then if they don't play fun, then pick someone else.
And a lot of the times there are archetypes you can fall into. Mm-hmm. Sam's archetype is big buff guy that's a grappler and usually plays defensively. My archetype is hot girl that laughs at you.
Frank's stances usually.
Yeah.
And Swaggas as
I don't know, something
flamboyant.
something weird.
It's usually the flamboyant characters.
Yeah, but you always pick something weird too.
Yeah.
Like that don't really play by the normal. Like Eddie doesn't sidestep.
That is the word that like Swagga likes, isn't it? Flamboyant.
Yeah, sure. Sounds
Yeah,
like
okay.
flamingo.
Flamingo. He likes flamingos.
Yeah, sometimes maybe you won't like the archetype. Like, I don't think Sam would like Coom in Guilty Gear, even though he's a giant buff old man.
Who?
Coom? The guy Swagga played?
Oh, the big giant like robot old
Yeah,
man.
the giant buff old guy.
Yeah.
You'd look at that character and you'd be like, oh, Sam would love him, but I don't think you would like his playstyle at all.
I like the I can't remember the exact move, but the move that like you can like pull them in and then like you just clap or something.
Oh yeah, the clap, that was fun. But
Yeah.
his normal playstyle is basically like putting butchers on your wake up, and that's not a you thing. And playing Oki.
But like, yeah, because like I didn't really even play Potemkin that much. The main character in that game was Foss, just because of how super weird he was.
If you could do the grab, you would have liked Potemkin though.
Yeah, probably.
Because he grabs it twice and you lose.
Yeah.
Also, there's so many. I didn't realize how many big band moves were Potemkin references. Like,
So
do you
many.
know that the second part to his command grab is called Heat Extend?
Yeah, I know. The entire character is just
it's heckin' good. Which is funny because this is supposed to be like Marvel 2 or something, but that's Guilty
Yeah, but
Gear. Joke's on you.
Didn't like the creator actually like really like Guilty Gear or something?
Yeah, I think
as
they
well?
played Guilty Gear too. I don't remember. I don't know. They also played Street Fighter at some point, like
Third Strike, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's Crank was talking about how the patch notes were really good that they would have done.
That was a long-winded way to say just do it.
Have fun.
Video game.
It's a video game. If you're not having fun, then you're penny.
Yeah. You can't have fun until you've put 3,000 hours into the game, labbing every character and every nuance with it.
I hate that. I really hate that logic. I get it. Like, I get that's where you get your enjoyment from, but like at the same time, I'm just like, I should not have to play a game for that long just to have fun.
Well, the thing is, you don't. I
Yeah.
do, but you don't.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I just go big guy, press one button, you die.
One of the most enjoyable things for me in Tekken right now is the fact that I can pick random and do full B&Bs with the correct wall carry into the correct wall enders with Oki, and that's awesome. That feels dope.
You can also do that in like MK, I believe, and kind of in this game as
I could
well.
probably still do it in MKX, even though we haven't played it in forever.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it in 11. Don't like 11.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think
this
I
game...
picked-
What?
I think that's like one of the big ones. Is like that's just a general fighting game thing. It's just like who do I play as?
Yeah.
It's because like usually you have to put some time in them before you figure out what the character even does,
Yeah.
and you don't want to waste your time and then be like, nah, I don't like this character.
Here's the big thing. You're not... Even if you don't like a character, you're not
Yeah.
wasting your time, because you'll know that character better.
But it's still like not fun. Like if you're like not fairly sure.
Not if you picked them because you had fun at first. Because, that means you had fun.
Yeah. If you have fun at first with them, just
All
keep
right.
playing them, because maybe you'll like what they actually turn out to be.
Considering no one's watching, this is probably going to be a short one, so we're going to take questions
Yeah.
from chat that's not here.
Alright. Hearts are counter hits and the bonus damage is only on that first hit, question mark?
Yes, but no, because there's another part to that. I can just show it real quick. Like, I could just tell you, but showing you takes more time, and that makes Crank think I do a better job.
I mean, it's not really your fault. This is a really dead day for some reason.
That's my fault, because I'm the one doing it.
Oh no.
So if you look at that there undizzy meter up there, that combo stage...
No, hold on a second. So if you look at that dizzy meter up there, that combo stage, I have to add it because, padding for time.
Yeah. So look at that combo stage 0, right? When I hit him with a heavy counter hit... That's not the meter I wanted you to look at. What did I want you to look at? Did they change how the numbers work? Before it used to go negative.
I think they changed that a while ago.
Why would they change it? Okay, well, it makes more sense to me when it went negative, but what it shows right now is plus 100, which means it's actually negative 100.
Wait, where's this shown?
The combo stage at the top?
Yeah.
It goes into plus 100 plus out of 240.
Wait, what does it normally do if you do, like, a light?
Well, it just stays... Why does it go to 20... What's happening with the... They changed it! Okay, look, here's the thing, right? When you do a heavy counter hit, you get extra on Dizzy to work with. That's how you get a lot more damage. Because the combo stage doesn't go up as fast. You get more buttons before it, like, tracks your... More on Dizzy. TLDR. They changed it. I'm upset about it.
Was it the idea was it was meant to be, like, the number plus, like, minus, like, how much on Dizzy out of that number?
I don't know what this is.
I get what it's trying to be like. It's trying to be like you've got an extra 100 on Dizzy to work with.
Yeah, but when I hit them with a light, it says 25, even though there's 0. Oh, no, it's a counter hit. That's why.
Yeah.
So if I turn counter hit off, it should stay at 0. Yeah. So instead of going negative, they added 2 plus signs around it, which I don't understand. But that's extra on Dizzy you're getting.
That's the amount of undizzy you're getting, yeah. So you get to, like, work on a longer combo, yeah.
Yep, more on Dizzy equals more buttons.
And because you started with a heavy, don't you also just have more damage just by default?
Yeah, your scaling's a lot better because, you know, you're starting with an unscaled heavy. It actually does just do bonus damage, I think. That
You're
did
also
900.
you turned off counter hit.
That did 1350. So, yeah, it just does bonus damage on top of being a heavy. It's not that weird of a scale. I mean, 240 is a weird number, but it makes sense when it showed negative. I don't know what this plus thing is.
I get what you're saying. Like, it was negative and then it would go up. So
yeah.
It would, like, Gene warned it and does it. I guess, like, the plus 100 is meant to just be, like... Just keep it, like it's literally the same thing, because as you deal damage, that number goes down.
Yeah, I don't know...
It's the same thing.
Why they added the... Whatever. Whatever.
Just trade it the same. It says negative 100.
You get an extra 100 on Dizzy, that's what it means.
It's really weird why they would just change the negative to a plus and keep it the same way.
No, it's 2 pluses. It's 1 at the start and 1 at the end.
You know what? Like, if they were gonna... Yeah, I know, that's weird, actually. You know what I would get? Is, like, if they were doing the plus 100 thing, if they added it to, like, the 240 part, so it's, like, said 240 plus 100 or something, that would make more sense. But...
I mean, you're still only going up to 240 on Dizzy, though. Because you can go above 240 on Dizzy. And that actually does matter, because when the combo ends, it drains, and the further above 240 you are, the longer it takes to drain down at all. So if it went up to 340, then it would take way too long for the end Dizzy to drain.
Really weird why they changed it.
Yeah, it should have just been negative. But hey, whatever. This is what I have to work with. The double pluses. Don't know what that is. But... Alright, what else you got? Chat room.
What did you say, sorry?
What else you got? Chat room.
Nothing. I have a question. Why is Skullgirls fine?
Because it's not Tekken. Next.
Alright, go. Okay. Why is MK11 bad?
Because it's too much like Street Fighter. Next.
Why is Street Fighter bad?
Because it's slow and stupid. It looks like a mobile game.
It looks like a mobile game.
It does! If you mean ground throws, the one I know is this. Against certain characters, I think you can do this and then pick up like that. If you want to do the easy one, you can do Gregor off the drill. And then drop the rest of it, but that's how you convert. Air throws are the same with the heckin' hairball. And you do that. I think if you're close enough to the ground, you can just do, does that not work? There we go. If you're close enough to the ground, I think you can air dash cancel it. Whoops. What did I do? There we go. Okay, I lied to you. You can't air dash. You can't. Oh, it's because I air dashed beforehand. So that should work. Kind of. Yeah, Gregor. The answer is Gregor. The easy answer is Gregor.
Just Gregor.
If you want the easy peasy one, Gregor. I said easy peasy when I dropped it twice, but that's the easy peasy one. Yeah, I still have counter hit on, but that shouldn't change grab conversions.
You need counter hit grapple?
Yeah, counter hit grabs the thing. I don't think you can tech counter hit grabs in this game. I've never tried to do this, but I'm pretty sure... Can you not just set them to tech grabs? Throw tech, there it is. No, you cannot tech counter hit throws. That's the difference. And this should get teched. Yep.
Alright, Penny, you need to get that Google Translate.
Sam, I can't throw it out of the corner. What do I do? How do I get it out of the corner? Sam, what do I do? Sam, help.
Gregor.
She blocked it.
Shit.
She didn't block it.
Oh, okay.
You've been bamboozled.
Also, you need to get the Google Translate.
Yeah, but then I have to, like, say it back in bad Google Translate, and I can barely speak English. You do.
No. I can't be bothered. It's something they're saying something about philia.
Alright, what else we got? Chat room.
That might have been a question.
I think they're saying that we don't know. Like Craig Toss is translating for us. Saying that we're stupid bigots.
No. Craig Toss is saying he doesn't understand, but I think he's saying it in a different language as the first one saying. So
No. We're stupid saying.
I don't know.
Hey JWC, what's up? You've come at a great time because nothing is happening. We are answering questions from chat in the training room. While I do whatever this is.
Give me a second, back in a minute.
What if it's big blind only? Because I think you can punish SSJ with that, and it hurts a lot. Maybe I was wrong. I swear I've seen people do it. There it is.
Alright, I'm back, Penny.
Welcome back.
I Google translated it.
Uh-huh.
It says, DD Gamer Proxy said, the chubby philia has tremendous legs.
I don't know what I expected.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I thought it was French. I'm dumb.
No, it's Spanish, so as it said. Well, Google Translate said it was Spanish anyway.
Usually I know it's Spanish because of like the accents and stuff. And I don't know if you can do that on Twitch.
You can.
Or like you don't have the keyboard for it. I don't have the keyboard for it. I can't do it. I mean, I can make one, but you know. Like I think I have a Chinese keyboard installed from when I took Chinese classes. I think that's still there. Hey, what else we got chat room so I can stop being ignorant?
IME? Third toss? Question mark?
International Marine
Emergency.
Enterprise.
Yes, you have one though.
Nah.
I guess we get no more questions then. Other than Gamer Props saying something about Philly's chubby legs being tremendous. That's weird.
Like what she's like known for, though, isn't it?
Is it?
In certain communities.
Yeah, I don't know.
I see that on Twitter a lot.
What, on Twitter they like her legs?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Especially because she's like 14.
She's 17, I think.
That's still a bit weird.
It's still weird. Yeah, don't get me wrong. That's still weird, but if he's 17. Input method editors. I want the steps, so I do as much damage as I can first.
It depends on what you want. Because the more damage you do, the less on Dizzy you have to work with. Which means if you snap out a character to snap in another one, you can do less mix on their incoming if you have more on Dizzy used. So if you're trying to like snap in a band because nobody knows how to play band and then kill them, you'd want to snap early so that you can actually mix the band. If you're like a solo and you want to snap for health, it depends on who you're snapping in. If it's solo v solo, you want to do it at like the end of a combo probably. Yeah, it still depends, because if you want, you can still snap to heal and then kill the next character. Because you played Philia, right? Philia's incoming mix is gross. No, you don't heal solo v solo. But if you want to like OTG back or something.
I'm new to Skullgirls and I want to play Val and Eliza. I don't know what to ask, but have any tips?
I can hook you up in a second. The incoming mix is really crazy and complicated. Push, stand, hard punch. You just dash. You dash and you push, stand, hard punch, and you don't know what side you're going to be on, but neither do they, so no one's going to block it. That's what I do. Kind of like the Eliza one, where you just kind of dash and do it, and you'll end up on one of the sides. There's Eliza. Alright, basic tip I can give is Valentine, because I see everybody do this on Valentine, is when you go for... Hold on. When you go for throws, don't do this whole thing, because that is going to absolutely destroy your damage. Why you gotta shoot me?
Why did she shoot you?
I don't know. If you see up there in that damage multiplier section at the top of the screen, when you grab, it automatically brings it down. You're doing half damage from the get-go. But if you do the whole this, that thing goes way down. You might think you're doing more damage because you're doing more hits, but you're actually cutting your damage like in half. So you definitely want to go straight into launcher and do some stuff. That's basic tips. I see a lot of new players do that, so don't do that. What else is cool about Valentine? His character's cool, that's what's cool about him. Eliza. I don't know how useful this will be when you're new, but jump light kick is ridiculous in pressure. Because you want to be doing a lot of air dash cancels in your pressure, probably. And it's really easy to mash out and get out when you're not doing a move beforehand. There's a lot of time to do things where you're not blocking anything. But when you add the rising move, you're stuck there. That's a piece of Eliza advice I'd like to give every Eliza player ever. It's really, really difficult to get out of. It's so difficult, in fact, that if I set her to... they gotta shoot me. If I set her to mash jab... I mean, her jab's slow because I picked Parasol. But if I set her to mash jab out of this... Yeah, so she'll be jabbing after that. Oops.
Why not DP?
Because I picked Parasol, and I don't know if she charges it during the thing, because the recording hasn't started yet.
Oh, that's fair.
But if she's blocking this, she can't jab. This is a block string. This is really difficult to get out of. It's also really fun to do.
You can push block, but it's still, because you're dashing towards them, it's still really difficult to
Yeah, even if you push block, you have to like PBGC, you have to land cancel. There's a lot of things you could do to get out of it, but...
And at any point, Eliza can just decide to stop and just go low.
She's really tricky. She's sticky, that's what I meant to say. Look, she's gonna push block in theory. I did it wrong. You know, she did it when I messed up my inputs. But I'm still on her. I just hit her out of the PBGC. I mean, she PBGC jabbed, and it's a slow jab, but she's really sticky. When Eliza gets... I think Eliza is the most snowbally character in this game. When she gets going... It's terrifying. Like, this character's not good, don't get me wrong. I think this character's bad as heck. But she's terrifying. Nonetheless, she's terrifying. It's still Skullgirls, and every character in this game is broken. And this is on top of saying, you know, I can just do that forever, but I don't have to. I can also, if I can make her stop doing this. At any point during this, I need to make you stop doing everything. How do I make you stop doing everything? There we go. So at any point during this, I can just decide to say, go low, which, you know, obviously they're not blocking. I can fast fall any of these. So instead of... It looks like she's doing a move. She's not doing a move. Then you can grab them or go low or do whatever. My inputs suck. That hits everybody. It will just hit everybody. Same thing, you can fast fall the first hit. You know, if you can input moves in this game. I'm being bad, but there we go. She can, out of all of this sticky pressure, she can mix whenever she feels like. It's scary. Yeah, Eliza's air grab has the second biggest range in the game. That might not look impressive, but if you're anywhere in that red box, you're getting grabbed. And it's pretty disjointed. It's pretty big. The biggest air grab in the game is Parasol. So, you know, I play Team Air Grab, even though I never air grab. No, it won't work against grounded people. But also it's Skullgirls and nobody sits on the ground. That thing's gigantic. Look at how disjointed and how big that is.
Hold on a second. The animation, I never noticed that. Her hand looks like it gets bigger for some reason.
Yeah, it's probably like stretch frames. Yeah,
yeah,
it is. This game has a lot of stretch frames. Not like Dragon Ball level of stretch frames, but it has a lot.
She's got a bit of a Marth grab going on there.
A little bit. I think she gets embarrassed when it misses, too.
Yeah, I think she gets, like...
she gets all, like, surprised, and she blushes. A lot of tiny things in this game that you just don't notice. But yeah, so Eliza's air grab being big like that is huge. It's kind of just a meme on Parasol, I'll be honest. It's a little annoying to get hit by, but that's about it. Eliza can really use her air grab in neutral, though. Like, a lot. So it's a pretty big deal. Because you can just jump around the screen like this. Like, you're just chilling out back here, and you can just... throw out some buttons. It don't matter.
It's super disjointed.
Yeah. I mean, this is a thing you're allowed to do. Obviously, you can't block while you're doing it, but if I'm back here, what are you going to do about it? And if you try to come in on me, there's a chance you just kind of get grabbed. I've definitely just accidentally killed people because of it. I wasn't trying to, but hey, if it works, right?
Why the heck is Parasol's hand, like, not in their hitbox?
Because it's one with the umbrella.
I also love... Hold on a second, just stand still with Eliza. I love how, like, Eliza's, like, hitboxes don't change at all, but Parasol's are constantly moving.
Yeah. It's because they didn't put much work into Eliza. She was DLC.
What the fuck?
She have a reverse boob window tan? Look, don't worry about it. She's dead. Those dead guys do a lot of weird things.
I don't think Eliza... Is Eliza dead?
I don't know. Isn't there a skeleton of Parasite? I thought she died in Segment 2. I didn't play story mode.
I don't remember Eliza's whole deal. I know that, like, Segment is, like... Segment's similar to, like, Samson and the Leviathan, where he's, like, a type of, like, call it Parasite.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember the whole deal with Eliza. Like, whether she's dead. I think it's more like she and the Parasite are so in sync with each other. That's why she looks like she can. That's why she can turn the blood.
I have 2,000 hours in this game and never played story mode.
I think that's why out of all of them, like Segment's like the most like deadly out of them because they're not in sync.
Because it's scary.
Yeah.
It's a skeleton. It's spooky. Valentine's bypass can't stay up in the air. You mean like that? It might be because you're trying to do the same bypass twice. You're not allowed to do that. So, like, in this B&B, I don't know what the optimal order's in. I always do heavy, then medium. There's a chance that it's just not optimal and I've just been doing it wrong because they look the same. But I usually do heavy, then medium. The ground one, you can't do that, obviously. Because, you know... Also, I think there's some routes where you want to do something like that. Where you only want the one. I know there's a burst bait with it. Where it's a burst bait and you get a vial load if they don't burst. It's pretty good. Nobody falls for it because it's like really easy to see coming, but that doesn't matter because you get a vial off of it, and that's what you care about. This is the most fun thing she has, by the way.
The poison vial is probably the better one. I really find the laggy input one to be just funny. The Street Fighter vial, I think it's called.
Yeah, offline, that thing's actually ridiculous. That's probably, I'd even say, the most used one. Because, like, if you're going to just kill them, usually you're just gonna kill them. Because if you don't spend the vial, the combos to get the vial do less damage. I think I see the laggy one more than anything, because it's such a mix-heavy game. Part of that might just be because that's also the most fun one to use. So people are doing it. You are
now playing Wi-Fi against an offline player. Good luck.
It's the Street Fighter V vial.
It's the Parsec vial.
So, It's called the Street Fighter V bot, right? Because I think level 3 has like 8 frames of input delay. Which offline Street Fighter V has 8 frames of input delay.
Wait, offline?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why?
Dude, Street Fighter V is a good game.
Why do people play that game?
It sucks. Big Band has never made a team worse. I'll tell you that.
The two that you probably see the most in terms of just adding them is either Big Band or Double.
Yeah. Valentine. It depends on what you want. So I'd assume you'd run Valentine Point, and then you'd probably be running Eliza for a lockdown with either H Spiral or Butchers. I wonder if she gets Vile loads off of H Spiral combos. Maybe. Which means that Big Band would probably be the easiest to fit in because you could just have him run Beat Extend and have a DP assist. But then your assist would kind of only ever be centered on you, and you wouldn't have a lot of range either. Whereas like something like Lock and Load would fix that. It really depends on what you want. That's the big thing in this game. Anything you want heckin' works.
If in doubt, Big Band.
Yeah, kind of. Well, really, if in doubt, Double. But
yeah, if you're being actual, if in doubt, put in Double. If you want to be a bit more memey and you just want Big Band, and you put in Big Band.
I'd say like Double and Big Band are about the same, being good on any team. You know. The downside to Double is her assists are less good. The downside to Big Band is you have to play Big Band. So
I mean, yeah, Double, like, even like if you put like Double as like an anchor, Double is still really good by herself.
Oh yeah, just because you could do whatever the heck you want and go into cat heads.
Like Double is a good assist because like if you end up having her do your last kick, she can be annoying.
And like Bomber's alright. Bomber's excellent for Valentine. If you go to the Mizumi wiki, there's corner combos with Bomber that do so much damage. And get you vials and all that junk. But yeah, you did. Big Band's easier, but he is. You have to play Big Band for that.
Or he's big, so he's easy to hit.
Yeah, there's a lot of Big Band specific stuff in this game, and it's not like other fighting games, because there are a lot of other fighting games where it's like, oh, there's this character specific combos, and like they exist, but nobody really does them. Like in Tekken, there's bear-specific combos, and you never really see people do them. Unless, like, their friend plays a bear for a few weeks, and you want to play a guy that does half their life on a B&B, because he has bear-specific tech. I'm calling out Sam, I did that to him.
Heck you.
So normally in fighting games, that stuff exists, but you don't see it often. But in this game, Big Band's so common that there's band-specific tech for every character, and everybody knows it, and everybody does it.
Because Big Band's also just like known for being the online like matchmaking like.
He's really common to see. Yeah, like there are Parasol-specific combos and stuff. Like Band has Parasol-specific combos that do so much damage, and nobody does them because nobody plays Parasol. And also they're hard, but you know. Yeah, his assists are great. The only downside is you have to play Big Band.
What do you mean no connections with the matchmaking? I assume you're talking about Street Fighter?
I mean, I'm sure you can, like, reject match. I don't know. I haven't played Street Fighter in forever, but, you know, a base Street Fighter, no, you're at an offline tournament. 8 frames of input delay. Because that was decided to be a good idea. Yeah, Big Band and Beowulf, that is definitely...
That's a common team, and they're really good.
Those two together are disgusting. That, if you want a team that just poops damage, it's those two. It's surprisingly difficult to do for how many people I see do it, but it's consistent, and that's the part that matters. Street Fighter's not delay-based.
I don't know if it's still this way, but like didn't it used to also be like it would like change What was it? It was like variable like connections or something like that.
Oh yeah, there was definitely one point where it was inconsistent delay, which is the worst.
Yeah.
Because you can't lab that. There was also definitely one point where it installed a rootkit on your computer. That's also not supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's not allowed.
Look, just don't play Street Fighter 5. 4 is a really cool game, filled with option selects. I wouldn't play it because of that. I hate option selects really. But don't play 5.
The only reason I play 5 is for what do you call him? Abigail, is that his name?
Yeah, and yeah. You're a minority for that.
Wait, why?
Because everybody hates him. He's so annoying. He's so dumb.
Look at him. He got bruised.
Yeah, I know. Everybody hates him.
I think he's amazing.
An option select is I can show you because there are a few in this game, and they're not as strong as they are in Street Fighter, but they do exist in this game. Yeah, if you really want to play Street Fighter, you're like really like I want to go learn Street Fighter. Go buy Tekken and play Akuma.
You'll get a Street Fighter experience and a better gear.
Yeah. So if I do
yeah, but Karen isn't Abigail. He doesn't take up the whole screen. I think that's why I like Abigail is like, yeah, he's annoying and he's a bad character, but I think he's like the first time I've seen like a character that actually. Okay.
Who's there?
That, like.
Speech.
Because I think like he's the first character that like takes up the whole screen that I have actually played in a game. Like it genuinely takes up the whole screen.
Okay, so in theory, she's gonna be doing a left-right right now. Yep. So the way an option select works is if I mash super right now, and what's her super input? I don't actually remember.
Hey,
Painwheel.
Painwheel?
There it is.
Put it back or something, I think.
Yeah. So if I do quarter circle back kicks. Hold on. I think I'm bad at Painwheel. Or I'm too good at Parasol and I made it so you can't mash out of it.
Probably correct.
Okay, I did the Parasol thing too well. I did the unmatchable one. But the general idea is that if you do quarter circle back and 2 kicks, right? And they stay same side, if I do that input, I'm going to fly. If they cross over, I'm gonna get the super. That's, invul. So, no matter what she does on that left-right, if you do a mashable version of it, not like I did, I'm either going to hit her with a super and kill her, or fly away and be safe with one input. It's going to cover every option, and it's always going to be good for me.
Yeah, option select is just you cover every possible thing with like usually one input.
Usually it's a weird input. Like I think Kenji keeps saying that Big Band has one where you do quarter circle forward, both punches and both kicks, and you'll get SSJ on the ground and Timpani in the air. I've tried it with Crank, we can't get it to work, but Kenji swears that it exists.
Yep.
But Street Fighter 4 was absolutely filled with them. There'll be like a certain combinations of button that you push on your own wake up that will automatically block lows, tech grabs, and fuzzy block highs. And it's just really, that kind of sucks. It's not really fun to play. For a starter, you think Big Band and Beowulf would be a good starter? Just stick with that. Man, stick with who you like, really.
Yeah. There's no point in playing top tier if top tier isn't fun.
There's not even really tiers in this game.
I know, I'm just like everything's sort of like balanced in this game, but like what I'm getting at is like even if you think like that character, like that tier is better, like that those characters are better than other characters, don't play them if you don't find it fun. Just pick you find fun.
Every character is the best in the game at a certain level of play. I think Big Bend, Bayo A-Train with a third on the team is probably one of the best teams in the game. At like mid-level play, I think they're really bad. Because you probably don't have the execution to do all their stuff. You probably don't know where your kill ranges are. You probably can't abuse a lot of broken stuff that team has. But, you know, obviously the more you play it, the more you get to the high level, and the more it gets ridiculously good. And at a low level, it's ridiculously good, because no one knows how to deal with the...
I was going to say that.
Yeah, and at a low level, it's crazy good, because nobody knows how to stop Bayo jump hard punch, and nobody knows what to do against Ban that mashes all the time.
I love it when a game has, like, a team that's, like, at low level, they're godlike. When you get a bit better at them, they're trash. When you get really good with them, they're godlike.
Yeah, it's heckin' great. I love it. Valentine and Eliza are both a lot of work. Eliza really good at low levels of play. Alright at mid levels of play, and pretty bad at high levels of play, but it's still Skullgirls. If you look at grand finals and, like, tournaments, you'll see a bunch of Eliza still. I think Sonic played Eliza for a good minute as an anchor with Fuqua.
Yeah, but Sonic Fox is weird. Sonic Fox plays the low tiers.
Yeah, it's more work. Valentine is generally known as the character you run point in a 3-man team so that you can set up her vials and do a bunch of mix, and then you just let her do as much as she can before she dies, and the rest of your team plays the game. That's the generally kind of agreed upon Valentine thing. There's a dude that lives, like, in my state that just plays solo Valentine and absolutely destroys everybody. He doesn't have vial load combos, he doesn't have good neutral because he doesn't have assists. He just absolutely destroys everybody. It's just the work that you put in.
And then you've got people who are just, like, they're not good at the game, but they can do, like, the most insane shit. Like, wasn't, what do you call him? Fedora Ninja? Wasn't he, like, really good in the training room? Like, he could have the weirdest combos, but, like, in an actual match, he had bad neutral.
Yeah, see, Fedora was crazier than that. Because if I'm going to make... Like, when I made the Parasol Optimals, right? I sat down in a training room, and I trial and errored my way to more damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fedora will sit in his office job with a sticky note and a pen and write down new optimal combos. And be like, can somebody do this and record it for me? Because it's optimal.
Because it's optimal.
Heck, and I did it, because I just play a bunch of people. Yeah. Real talk, if you want to do that, my number one tip would be play a bunch of games. I mean, obviously not at first. You do one at a time. But Sonic did not get to where they were by playing... I've said a bunch of times, like, the thing that helped me improve the most in this game, I didn't even learn in this game. I learned it in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. What?
Which was...
The make them block something and mix.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was the entirety of how that game played. You have your character do something stupid, and then you tag out so you're not the one being stupid anymore. It's just some assist. Cross tag works the same way. I could show that it works in this game too, because you're just allowed to do things. Like, if you ever get on Get Great, and that matches, sure. I don't think it does, but it looks like it does. If you ever get on Get Great and your neutral looks like this, I'm going to yell at you. I'm going to be very upset with you. We are not friends if that's your neutral. If you do this, you're godlike. Because all of a sudden, you're going from random H-brasses and neutral to being so plus. Just off a random giant armor move that they can't do anything about. Just because you threw the assist in there. Just do some dumb stuff. Do the assist. You played MK first, then DBFC. Hey, I also learned from MK. Though I started in MKX. And I hit Dragon Ball at some point. It's a little scary jumping over it too, though, because you can time it, So that if they jump over it, you end up between Big Band and Double, and then Double crosses you up, and then Big Band gets to pick up for a combo. It's really, really dumb. And obviously this isn't the only character that gets to do that. You can do it with a bunch of things. You can do it with that. You can do it... You see Bella players do it with, like, Battle Butt plus Brass, or... Just... This is how you should play neutral in this game.
I kind of do it with, George just actually, to some degree. I do, like, the heavy thing, and then, like, the George hits you, and then I'm safe.
Well, you do the really bad version of throwing out George while doing A-Train.
But it's still, like...
The idea's there, yeah. It doesn't matter, because the assist is there, so what are they going to do about it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, Dragon Ball is probably the closest anime game, other than, like, Marvel 2 or 3. I never played 2, but 3 was pretty close. It's probably the closest, like, recent fighting game to Skullgirls, but it is so much slower compared to this game. This game is so much faster. But go watch the Marvel 3 tournaments, and this game looks slow. I really like watching Marvel 3 tournaments. You just have no idea what's going on. That game is awesome. Speaking of, Baby came out in Dragon Ball. And that makes me want to play Dragon Ball more.
I don't want to play Dragon Ball.
You can play Roshi, though.
I don't want to play Dragon Ball.
You can play your Broly Roshi.
I could play Broly Roshi.
Did you see the tweet I sent where somebody zoomed out on a super?
Yeah, and it's just like his entire model with like his hand behind his back.
Yeah, he's just like tilted.
The fact is, like, the best part is it's not even like that, like he's T-posing and all the animated was the hand. He actually still has like his hand behind his back.
Yeah,
and
they just moved it. Marvel 3 was fun as heck. If I ever open a game and heckin' I just want to push some buttons, Marvel 3 is a good one for that, because it's so satisfying. Wolverine, Zero, Magneto. I was degenerate. I played Morrigan, Doom, Phoenix. Nobody wanted to play against me after like 2 matches. But also I didn't want to play with anyone else after 2 matches, because then that code sucks.
I can even play Marvel 3 with him.
Didn't they change the netcode recently, though? Didn't they, like, add netcode?
He's bad.
Yeah, he's terrible, but, like, that's...
Didn't they change the netcode? Didn't they add it?
Yeah, because it didn't have it before, obviously.
Have any, like, online...
Might as well not. I always liked watching Ryu's in Marvel 3. Those were fun to watch.
I haven't really played the Marvel characters. I only played, like, Capcom characters, because I wasn't really into Marvel or anything.
See, when I got the game as a kid, I was the other way around, because I'd never played any Capcom games. And I didn't like superheroes, but at least I knew them.
Yeah. I think, like, the only one I think the only Marvel character I played was Deadpool, because I knew who he was.
Oh, yeah, I felt like...
I mean, I knew everyone's, but I wasn't interested, but Deadpool was funny to me.
If you're a kid playing Marvel 3, you had to have played Deadpool at some point, because he's just great.
Yeah.
He beats you to death with your own meter. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was the best super ever. That was fucking amazing.
I would never have known that Phoenix Wright was like a thing without that game. That game introduced me to Phoenix Wright.
Probably like games, honestly.
I probably would, but now I'm just gonna sit here and compare them to Danganronpa.
They're very Danganronpa, but you know.
From what I understand, it's like Danganronpa if the characters were a lot less good, but the actual game was a lot better.
The game's a lot better than Danganronpa because the cross-examination part is like the most interesting part, and then the cases are fucking like in Danganronpa I never felt like it was like stupid difficult or anything, but Phoenix Wright makes you really think about what could have happened.
Yeah, Danganronpa, you either go in knowing what was going to happen or something would come up during the trial that you didn't know before.
I think there's only one case in that in like one of the Phoenix Wright games where it's just like, oh yeah, no, the autopsy shows that this happened, and then like Edgeworth, who's like Phoenix's like main rival, like just says, oh no, I had another autopsy done this morning.
There were definitely some times in Danganronpa where, like, if you were really sharp, you could pick up on it, even though you would have never guessed it outside of, like, the little details. I'm not going to say them on stream because of spoilers, but...
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I'd like Phoenix Wright as much as Danganronpa, just because I am such a character-driven person.
Some of the characters are good, but...
I've seen a lot with some of the characters, but they're just not Danganronpa level. Danganronpa characters bleed charisma.
I think the best, like, the first Phoenix Wright had, like, the weakest characters, because I think they were just meant to be more, like, over the top. But I think the one with, I think he's called Ace Apollo, which was, like, the fourth game.
Yeah, he went to space.
Okay?
Yeah, he went to space.
Yeah, he went to space. I think those are, like, they had, like, some of the stronger characters.
Alright, let's get some last questions from chat while I order my dinner. Otherwise, we'll just end it here because we've stalled long enough.
2010's Final Fight Double Impact. One question, what are you eating?
My family's getting Outback Steakhouse.
We don't need to know any openings in Bayo Band. You play Bayo Band.
Openings in Bayo. So if you're talking about the duo... Okay, what are you talking about, though? Because there's a few different archetypes of Bayo Band, you know? There's Bayo A-Train, there's Bayo A-Train as a trio, there's Bayo Brass, there's Bayo Brass as a trio. Because it is actually really different, depending on what you're talking about. I think Bayo A-Train as a duo are god-awful, but as a trio, it's one of the best teams in the game. I can talk a little bit about Bayo A-Train, just the duo. Because if I knew the answer to the trio, I'd be a lot better at this game. And I'm not. Sam, distract them while I look at the menus.
Look at the menus? What?
Yeah, I'm ordering food. Distract them.
Okay, hold on a second.
Tell them the answer to Bayo A-Train before I do.
The Bayo A-Train?
I've talked about it a bunch, you should know.
So switch out Bayo and change it to Peacock so that you can get George's...
No, how to attack them.
How do you attack them?
Yeah, the weaknesses.
Oh, how do you attack Bayo Band?
Yeah.
Oh, so you pick Big Band and Peacock, and then you throw it George's.
I've talked about it a bunch. Do you know, actually?
I fucking forgot. I don't care about Skullgirls anymore.
I'm stalling because I need to answer this text, like, now. Otherwise, I would have just answered the question.
Take your time. You just punch. Yeah.
Okay, you know what's really funny about that? You're not wrong.
Yeah, I know. I remember that one, actually. I remember, like, it's like your hitbox, like, hits Bayo before it actually grabs you. Like that?
That's the answer to the command grab plus A-Train specifically.
Yeah, but, like, something like along the lines of hit Bayo before, like, hits you or something like that, and you don't have to... 50-50.
Yeah, so the big thing that this team does is it just kills you because they have A-Train. But if they're running a duo, I should have done this the other way around. If you're running a duo of Beowulf, who I'm picking, and okay, Sandlight Kick Assist, I don't care. And look, don't stop looking at me. If you're running this, the Bayo's neutral is really, really underwhelming. Because this is it. This is his whole neutral. And this has a very definitive answer to it, where you can punish him for doing it. Which is chicken blocking it. Outside of that, he doesn't really have neutral. When he's in, he's kind of scary, because he's got instant overheads and lows. But if you block it, what's he gonna do? Nothing, really. I mean, you're gonna push block him out, and then he's not gonna do anything. All of these are just weaknesses that Beowulf has, right? Those are just the problem with this character specifically. When you're running these two in a duo, A-Train does absolutely nothing to fix any of that. So, he still doesn't have any neutral. If you get hit, you will just die. You're losing your character. But he has to hit you, and that's really hard as a duo. So as a duo, I don't think this team is good at all. because they can't. The thing the best teams have in this game is that they can all skip neutral. You can cheat neutral and put your opponent in pressure immediately because they decided to play Skullgirls. And this team cannot do that. This team does the opposite of that, in fact. That's why I said adding a trio to this team makes it one of the best teams in the game, because that allows Beowulf to do that, and now you have a character that can skip neutral and just kill you. That's terrifying. The closest thing he has to skipping neutral in this team is this, which I just told Sam about. But, you know, like Sam said, if you just hit Beowulf, you kill both characters, because they get happy birthday.
You just punch?
Yeah. And you'll see a lot of people, they're like specific thirds. Yeah, the light version of A-Train is normal command grab. And you can pick up off it in the corner, which was exciting. There's specific thirds you see people running on this team, and a lot of it, like, Rabble runs Painwheel, because if you run Painwheel, whenever you get bored of playing Skullgirls, you can do Arm into Hatred install, and you've won neutral. You'll see people do it with Double, because whenever you get bored of playing neutral, you do Arm into Cat Heads, and you've won neutral.
Which then costs 1 meter, because, you know,
yeah.
Why?
You'll see people run Peacock, because now you're playing Beowulf with a heckin' Lenny running around, which is terrifying. And whenever you get bored, you do Arm into Lenny. And you win neutral. See the common thread here?
Arm into another super usually wins.
Arm is a really good super. It's gigantic. It's got a ton of block stun. It goes the whole screen. It's a great super until they block it. And DHC's fixed that. So he's pretty good for that. Double's car is the same way. You could just, whenever you get bored, you can just throw out a car. Because what are you gonna do? What are they gonna do about it? Or I can, like, throw down a puddle and raw tag. That's my favorite thing. It's really good. The puddle don't go away when you get hit, so you just get eaten. Philia gets in on a chair jump. This? I am confused.
Yeah.
This move sucks, by the way.
Well, that one you were doing. What?
Oh, jump hard punch? This one? Air planking. Yeah, that's his jump hard punch. Yeah, Philia has a really easy full combo punish on it. Because Philia is tied for the fastest jab in the game. 5 frames.
Its Fortune is, like, fast.
Fortune is the same speed, but it's also 3 times the size. So you'll see Fortune's just mash jab out of everything, because they can do that. What am I doing?
Because she, like, leans forward or something when she goes to, like, jab.
Yeah.
Like that.
Alright, I'm gonna do that thing. Beowulfs do that all the time, right? You're gonna jump in, you're gonna block it, you're gonna jab. And you're gonna actually block it.
What button in training mode is giving you that red flash?
I'm being bad. The red flash, I'm setting the select button to be, well, right now it's changing position and recording. But if I had it just save position, whenever it flashes green, it's because I'm resetting the positioning. And whenever it flashes red, I hold the button, and it resets where that is. So now if I push select again, it'll put me back in that position. So I could, like, do it over his head, and then... I'm being bad, but...
What does the red button do?
It resets where the select is.
Oh, okay.
might be wrong here. Oh, I delayed the chair too long. Because if he does that, you can jump in and air to air him. So a lot of Beowulfs won't delay it because of that. But you'll see them kind of just do it this way. I forgot how training room works.
Good.
You'll see him do it that way. Because now it's a lot harder to air him. As you can see. But if I do that, I'm allowed to just... Did you see it? It was a counter hit. That's a counter hit. That's a punish. That's huge. When it comes to fighting Beowulfs, that solves, like, most of the problems. It's not so much if you're close enough. It's always unsafe if they do it early. If they do it late, it's a lot harder to do this. But, you know, if they do it late, it's a really slow move, so you can just jump at them. Because Philia's jump light punch is really fast. It's 7 frames. And I think the hitbox on it is pretty alright, too. So you're allowed to just do that. That's another thing you'll see a lot of Philias do. I know you don't play a team, but when I was talking about skipping neutral earlier, what's a weird team I could put together? Do like Squiggly. Let's do like Ronald McDonald Squiggly.
Well,
I only know one.
Arabella.
Well, it was a Philia team, but you tried.
Nope. Yep. That's why it would be a weird team. Because
So-
it's not what that doesn't have a Philia.
You'll see a lot of Philia just jump around in neutral with jump light punch into hairball. Because if you do this, you skip neutral. You don't gotta play neutral no more. They're jumping around. Because, you know, it's Skullgirls and everyone's jumping around. You just... Actually, I think you can even... You can even air dash it. So even solo, it's good.
I love the two sides of your personality. Pick your skins, the trans flag, and run.
Is this the trans flag? Is this the right shade?
It looks
Is
like
it even
color.
pink?
Yeah, it's pink. Pink and blue.
I thought that was like red.
No, it's pink.
Yeah, that... If you ever throw together a team, I highly recommend something that lets you do this. Because it is really stupid. That's a free mix.
I don't think it's meant to be the trans flag. I think it's meant to be a reference to something else, but it has a similar color scheme.
Yeah. Also, you can do things like this, which is good. This is a good poke. Like, double uses a lot as a poke. But so can Philly and Fukua, because it's the same button. Highly recommend doing this. I see, like, Wing Zero do it a lot, and I don't see many other Phillies do it. Best second other than band and double. It depends on what you want, again. If you're looking for DP assist and you don't want band or double, you could run Pillar. I don't think it's great. I really like Philia Shot. I think Philia Shot is ridiculous. And Philia Lenny is ridiculous. Or George, the Walkie George. You know George, the zombie movie? Walking George?
I don't know why I like that joke.
It's because it's not even a movie.
Yeah, The Walking Dead is what you're calling it.
Philia with Shot's really funny. Because you just call it, and you're in. You just dash in with the thing. What are they going to do about it? If they hit you, like, there's a shot. They're going to get hit. She also gets really gross mix. I think Cadenza has videos on tech with this team. And there's some really gross mix. It's the same reason I was running it with, like, Fortune earlier, because you just call it and then you run around like an idiot. And what are they going to do? There's a shot there. It'll always detonate after the same amount of time. Which means you can set up resets with it. Parasols kind of work that way, because Parasols always detonate after the same amount of time, but also she can do it manually. But the assist only goes after time. Eliza, you could run things like Butchers if you wanted pressure. You could probably run Spiral and get some kind of mix off that. You could run Boat for no reason other than it's a great joke. It's a horrible assist, but it's a great joke.
I'm on a boat.
I think the most common lockdown assist I see with Philia is H-Beam, because it's the same as Shot, except it also locks down the entire screen at once. There's a player named Johnson that doesn't play anymore. I think he plays Cross Tag now. He wrote like all the Aegis tech ever in that game. But he used to play Philia with H-Beam, and it was really scary. He was one of the people that like I fought against consistently in Get Great, and we were like at the same skill level, and it was really even, and it was real fun. That's how I learned the Philia matchup. Yeah, I don't know what Annie does, but I'm sure it'll work. Just do whatever you want in this game. Annie will be on every team for a while, because she can be. Yeah, no, the boat assist is a great joke. I ran Peacock with Boat, and it was the worst idea I ever had. And I'll show you why it was the worst idea I ever had. Because this is consistent. It's consistently stupid.
Does Lenny get blocked the boat or something like that?
No, but you're almost there.
Okay.
The boat's a really fun project, because like it's armored against projectiles, and it goes full screen, and it's a low, so it's kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
But if you toss these things out, Eliza's going to explode. And you're gonna kill your own assist.
Because she takes forever to come back.
Yeah, I've killed my own assist more often than they've killed mine. But man, it was so fun.
And if you're having a character crisis, this is the sort of shit you should be looking out for. You know, having
yeah,
fun.
you just do some dumb stuff, whatever. It is a really fun assist to use with Peacock. It's just with Lenny, it's awful, which is not good because Lenny's her best thing. It's like the most discount C-slide assist. It's not C-slide, it's B-slide for boat.
All right,
start calling it that.
The B-side.
Yeah. I really like that, actually.
I'm on a boat.
Fantastic assist.
Well, on that, good joke.
Sam said the stream's ending.
I mean...
Sam said we're not allowed to have fun on stream anymore.
No, I like to have fun. Once
So
fun
we
starts...
gotta end.
Like, I mean, unless there's more questions.
I've been sitting here stalling for time. We're still shorter than most live streams, I think.
Mm-hmm, we are.
I'm just stalling for time so Crank doesn't yell at me.
I mean, what's Crank gonna yell at you for?
No,
he
wouldn't even yell at me, but what if he does?
But what if he... Don't you want that?
No, there's a difference.
You like...
There's fun being yelled at, and there's disappointed being yelled at. One of them makes me happy on the inside, the other one reminds me of my childhood.
Okay, that's a fair thing he could say.
Stay out of school, kids.
Wait.